And July 15th, Introduction to 2/1. July 22nd, Locating Opponent's Honors. And July 29th, Common Errors to Avoid. Tim, if you could start the recording, that would be great.
Yep, we're started.
Thank you. And so today we're going to be talking about slam bidding. And we have a lot to cover. And there's certain things that I'm really not going to spend any time on. For example, keycard Blackwood. Are there any of you that don't know keycard Blackwood? I put it in your notes. The notes are very, very extensive. There's 24 pages of notes that you can look at. And you're going to, if you have a problem with it, please know that the videos are not for Cambodia. The recordings are not. Now, just to answer that question. Now, those who don't understand keycard Blackwood, please email me, but it is in your notes. It's all going to be in your notes, okay? So now I'm going to stop the share just for a moment because I want to talk to you about something. And I think you do visual best of all. So I'm going to show you, and then this is going to come up in the lesson. You have these cards, the king and one little one. Your king is either a happy king or it's not a happy king. Now, I know we're talking about slam bidding today and not about kings, but the thing is, if you don't know how much your hand is worth and whether you like your hand or not, then you're going to end up either not getting to slams or getting to slams you should not be in. So, and games that you should not be in. So when you have, your king is either a happy king or it's an unhappy king. It's either a working king or an unemployed or hopeless king who's not pulling his weight. You want your king to win a trick. After all, you give it 3 points. So it better win a trick. So here's when it's a not happy king. If the guy to your left has overcalled, can you see that? If the guy to your left has overcalled spades, and you have this, the king and one, he is not going to lead his ace of spades so that your king can win a trick later. And he's not going to lead a small one so that your king can win a trick now. So if the guy on your left has overcalled spades, you are not happy about your king. So you're given a choice of pushing a bit and getting to your game or getting to your slam. Diminish the value of your hand, because this guy on your left is going to try to get his partner on lead. And if his partner gets on lead and leads the jack of spades, then if you play the king, he's going to win the ace. And if you play small, the jack's going to win. So you see, this is not a good king. Whereas, if you have your king and the guy on your right has bid spades, okay? Oops, yep. And the guy on your right has bid spades, then if the guy on your left leads a spade, and the guy, am I doing it right? Yes, this is my hand, and the guy on your right, yep. If his partner leads a spade, then he'll play the ace, and then later your king will be a good trick. Okay? Am I doing it right? Yeah, that's right. Okay? So it's very important that you decide whether you like these kings, whether your king is a working king or not. You'll see that illustrated on the screen. I just wanted you to get the real picture up front. Now, the other thing you want to consider is whether partner bids a suit that you're short in. Supposing partner bids spades and you have a singleton spade. Well, that's not good. You're going to get depressed. You'd like to have, you're looking for fits, not misfits. Just like I've told you before, we don't like social misfits in life, while we don't like misfits in bridge. Okay? So if partner bids spades and you're short on them, then your hand is going to go downhill. Your hand is like a flower. It either wilts and blooms, or it either wilts and dies, or it blossoms and grows. Okay? So if partner bids spades and you have only one, your hand just got worse. But supposing you have this in partner's suit. If you have this in partner's suit, your hand got better, okay? And if you have this, your hand got worse. So we're going to talk a bit about hand evaluation, because if we don't know how we feel about our hand and whether we're excited about our hand or not, we're not going to be able to make it through bidding slams. So now, here's our handout. All right, not our handout, our screen. All right, so aces are underrated. That's a fact. Okay, let me just get my little highlighter here for you. Just a minute. We had a little glitch. Can you hear me, Tim?
We can hear you, but we can't see your shared screen.
Got it. Got it. I know what I did wrong. I'm in a bit of a dither today. I've lost my annotate. I've lost my Zoom. Why have I lost that, Tim?
Your share screen button? You don't have your share screen button on the bottom?
Okay, there we go. Ah, I know what I did wrong. Here we go.
There we go.
Can you see it now?
Yep.
Sorry, guys. The glitches always just seem to live with me. I wouldn't want you to think I'm perfect. There we go. Okay. So if the truth be told, as I've written up here, if the truth be told, aces are underrated and tens are underrated. We don't give tens any points at all, but queens and jacks are overrated. Okay, now the document's up. Everybody should be able to hear. Daisy Bansal, Tim and Cindy, Daisy cannot hear. Okay, Daphne says I'm perfect. Thank you, Daphne. God knows I need that today. Okay, so you're going to downgrade hands. Let's look at this. Okay, now what we want to have is we want to have our honors in our long suits. For example, if you have the ace king doubleton, that only takes 2 tricks. And you might say to me, well, yes, but if it's an ace king doubleton, it might only take 2 tricks, but I can trump the next one. But the ace king itself only won 2 tricks. You're using up one of your trumps. So what we want to have is we want to have our honors in our long suits. You see, like we have here, ace king and 3 little ones. We don't want to have doubleton king queens and doubleton king jacks and doubleton queen jacks. And we don't want singleton kings and singleton queens and singleton jacks. Those are not good cards. So now we're going to look at this hand and decide what we like best. Now, which hand do we like best of all, out of all these hands? Tell me which one you like best. Now, hand number 1, someone can't hear. Okay, so decide for me, based on what we've just said, which hand do you like best? I'm going to take votes. Do you like 1, 2, 3, or 4? Yes, you're absolutely right. You want hand number 4 because your honors are in your long suits. Do you see that this one's flawed, this first one, because it has a singleton ace. So that's going to win a trick indeed, but then after that, you'll have to use trumps. Whereas you see down here, let's say spades are trumps, we can play the spades, draw trumps, and then we can develop our long, long suit that has good quality. So number 4 would be our favorite. Our next favorite would be this one, because at least we still have honors in our long suits. And number 3 is pretty bad, but that would be next. And number 2 is hopeless. 2 is hopeless because we have doubleton queen jack and singleton king, not good at all. Okay, so now let's go to the next screen. Tim, is there a way to lock my chat bar?
Meaning that you want to keep it.
Yes, it's just not cooperating today at all. Every time I click on the screen, which I have to do to make it move, I've had this issue before.
That your chat bar then disappears?
Every time. But that's all right, because we're going to make it work. All right. Now, for those who...
Barbara, it's Cindy. You may have to unlock it from the main thing. I think there's a little switch that you just can do it and get it out of your main screen. And
No, it's in the right spot. It just won't stay there.
Okay.
But that's okay. But thank you. Okay, now let's have a look. Some of you don't count distribution until later in the hand. But if you were playing this, let's say you had this hand. You see, you have 7 high card points here and you have 7 high card points here. But if partner opened the bidding with 1 no trump and you had the hand on the left here, you would pass. Whereas in this hand, you would likely probably get to game in spades opposite 1 no trump. You see, because your high cards are in your long suits. So those are just important pointers. Now, and I've talked to you already about the king pulling his weight. And you see, that's the unhappy king. And you're running a business and your king is your employee and he's slacking off and he just isn't winning his tricks the way he's supposed to be winning a trick. So you've given him 3 points. You paid him his salary, 3 points. You want to make sure that he's going to win a trick. So you're not happy if the guy on your left has overcalled the suit. You are happy if the guy on your right has overcalled the suit. Okay? So now, here's your happy king. You're going to upgrade. So we would say that the king is not a working king if the guy on your left has overcalled. I hope all of you are grasping that, because it's a terribly, terribly important concept. Okay, now, so now we have a happy king. You can see him grinning from ear to ear. Now, just remember this when you're bidding and decide whether you're excited about the hand or not. Okay, so now you are south and you've opened the bidding with 1 spade and it's gone 2 diamonds on your left, 2 spades by partner, 3 clubs on your right. And so, what are you going to bid? What do you think you're going to bid next? Let's have a look at what you're telling me. I'm sorry about the chat. It's just not behaving today. I'll be able to see in a minute. Okay, yes, you're going to bid 3 spades. That is exactly right. That's good. You're going to bid 3 spades. And now let's have a look at another hand. So hand number 2. Now, it's gone 1 spade, 2 diamonds, 2 spades, 3 clubs. And what do you think you're going to bid on this one? Now, do you see that king of clubs? That king of clubs is now considered to be a working king because the guy on your right has bid clubs. If the guy on your left leads a club and the guy on your right plays the ace, then your king is going to be good next time. So this is a much happier hand. So you are next going to bid 4 spades on this hand. That's quite right. And now, on this hand, of course, normally you would open a no trump, and I would support opening a no trump, but humor me because you didn't. You bid 1 spade, and it went 2 diamonds, and partner bid 2 spades, and now you bid 3 clubs, and tell me what you think you should bid now. Yes, pass is correct. You should not be excited about this hand. It's a very minimum flat hand. And so you're going to pass, and that shows the minimum hand. And partner can bid again if they wish to. Let's say they happen to have 4-card support. As a matter of fact, they should now bid again. Okay, good. So now let's go to the next one. Now, so things that you look for in a good hand, not singleton kings. You want to have touching honors. Otherwise, they're called, if you have things like Queen 10, or you have, let's have a look down here. You've got the king, queen, and 2 little ones. That's much better than having in one suit the king and 2 little ones and the queen and 2 little ones in 2 different suits. We like solidity, we like length, we like honors in our long suits. And we like ace with 4 little cards better than we like the ace and 1 little card, okay? Queen jacks as doubletons are ugly and unhappy, as I've said here, okay? Definitely not worth 3 points. And certainly, we give them 3 points. But if the opponents have bid the suit, then you're not giving them 3 points because you're not going to win a trick, okay? Now, let's say you've opened the bidding here. You've opened the bidding with 1 diamond. And your partner has bid 1 spade. I want you to tell me what you're going to bid now. I'm hoping you would have opened the bidding with 1 diamond, because even though you have 12 high card points, you're going to use the rule of 20 when you're in doubt about whether you can open the bidding in first or second chair. Then you add up your high card points and the length of the 2 longest suits. If it comes to 20, then you can open the bidding. So you've opened with 1 diamond and your partner has bid 1 spade, and I want you to tell me what you're going to bid. Many of you are bidding 2 spades. And I want you to tell me, how many points do you have now after 1 diamond by you and 1 spade by partner? What are you going to bid? 3 spades is correct. Yes, this club void here, let me just tell you, this club void, when your partner has bid spades, when you have 3 card support, you allow yourself 3 to 1, 3 for the void, 2 for the singleton, and 1 for the doubleton. And so here you have a void. But that's if you have 3 card support, use the 3 to 1. When you have 4 card support, which you do for partner spade suit, when you have 4 card support, use the 5-3-1 method. So your void is now worth 5 points. So 4, 3 is 12. You have on top of that 5. And so you have 17 points. Okay, this void is worth 5. Okay, and so you're going to give yourself that extra point, 17 points, and you want to behave like you have more points. So 1 diamond, 1 spade. If you had this hand and 13 to 15, then you would bid 2 spades. But with 16 to 18, you're going to bid 3 spades. That is correct. Okay. And now we're going to go to the next screen. 1 diamond, 1 heart. Now I want you to recognize that you're not, you know, here's your flower. Partner bid hearts, and your flower died. Not happy. Okay, not happy at all. It died. Okay, so 1 diamond, 1 heart. Your hand went downhill. What are you going to bid now? Tell me in the chat bar if you can. Those who can chat. Those of you on iPads who have a problem chatting, don't worry about it. Yes, you can bid 1 spade. Exactly right. Now, same hand. Forget this first auction now. Forget it. It didn't happen. Supposing you started with 1 diamond and your partner bid 1 spade. Now, what are you going to bid? What's this void worth? What's the void worth? The void is worth 5 because you have 4 card support. That brings you up to 20 points. That's right. 1 diamond, 1 spade. You're going to bid 4 spades. So these are all the sound of slam. And by the way, that is not a drop dead bid. 1 diamond, 1 spade, 4 spades. It's just a statement saying I have 19 or 20 points because, partner, I know you might have only 6. If this guy here only has 6 points, then he passes. But if he has 13 or so, then he knows that partner has gone crazy and bid 4. So he knows that now he should add his 13 to 20, and he's going to bid for no trump and go and move on. Okay. Now, if you were playing splinters, we would be bidding something differently. But we're going to be discussing splinters in a little bit. So 1 diamond, 1 spade, 4 spades, and now that responder will move on. Okay, if he has 13 or more points. Good. Now, if you have a short suit in your hand and partner now names that suit, we've talked about it, you're depressed and your hand has wilted. So we've talked about that. Now if you're declarer, just let's run through this. We have 15 points here, including 1, 1, and 1. This is also written out in depth for you in your handout. Okay, so we're not going to spend much time, but it's important. If you open the bidding with 1 heart and your partner bid 1 spade, you should subtract 2 points for being depressed. Okay, because partner has bid a suit that you're short in. So you're going to open the bidding with 1 heart. If partner bids 1 spade, you're now going to bid just 2 hearts. Okay, just 2 hearts. Florence, you wanted to know how whether it was how to know it was a closeout bid. It's not a closeout bid because it's a statement of fact. The only 2 drop dead or shutout bids in bridge are 1 no, 3 no, and 1 spade, 4 spades, or 1 heart, 4 hearts. Those are the only drop dead or shutout bids in bridge. Okay, all others mean something. You have to listen. You see, if it went 1 diamond and partner bid 1 spade and you bid 4 spades when partner could have only 6 points, then you must have had 20 points. Okay, so it's never a shutout bid. Okay, Joyce Kaplan, if you could turn off your video, we'd be so grateful. Okay, so here you go. You've opened the bidding. Joyce Kaplan, can you turn off your video, please? Thank you. So you've opened the bidding with 1 heart. If partner bids 1 spade, you subtract a couple of points for the flaw because your hand has gone downhill. So now you're going to bid just 2 hearts. So now let's pretend that you opened the bidding with 1 heart and your partner actually raised you to 2 hearts. Now tell me, are you happier now? Yes or no? Tell me in the chat bar. Happy or not happy? Super happy. You're right. Yes, yes. Happy dance. Yes, perfect. Good, good. So now what I want you to do, I'm just going to add a little bar here. Okay, this guy here, he always got 1 extra point for the 5th card in the suit. Oops. Okay, this got 1 extra here and 1 extra here. Oops. And 1 extra for the 7th one. So 1, 1, and 1. And that's what brought us up to 15. Books will tell you, people will tell you, teachers will tell you to not count your distribution until you found a fit because they don't trust that you are able to add and subtract and add and subtract and add and subtract and be happy and then be sad and be happy and then be sad. And that's what you have to do. You have to change your mood. You're very, very fickle and be very sensitive to what the opponents are bidding and what your partner's bidding. So this time the bidding's gone 1 heart and your partner bid 2 hearts. And now you're very happy. Good. So what I want you to do is I want you to add 1 extra point for the 5th card in the suit that's been supported and 2 extra points for each remaining card. Each remaining card. And this is the old Goran method of hand evaluation. And you don't need losing trick count. You don't need anything if you use this method. Because now you've got 5 extra points. 5. So we call these declarer points. The last ones, when you had singletons, doubletons, voids, and you were going to be the dummy, then those were dummy points. These are declarer points. So you're going to get 5 extra points now. Okay, so now you're 20 points. After 1 heart, 2 hearts, what are you going to bid now? Yes, good. Good, you're going to bid 4 hearts now. That's exactly right. Perfect, perfect. Okay, good. Now, dummy points, 3 card support, use 3, 2, 1 dummy points method, 3 for a void, 2 for a singleton, 1 for a doubleton, and 4 card support, you're going to use the 5, 3, 1 dummy points method. And don't forget, always remember to revalue your hand. There's your Gerber daisy, one of my favorite flowers from growing up in Barbados. Okay, they were all over the place. And revalue your hand. They're standing up straight and tall when partner supports your suit. Or if you have a working king. And there it is. Very, very, very sad when you're short in partner's suit. Okay, there. So now, the sound of slam. When your partner opens the bidding and you've got 19 or more, slam is in the air. When your partner opens with a strong 2 and you have 8 or more points, start thinking about slam. When partner opens the bidding with one of a suit and then reverses, if you have like 13 or more, here's an example. 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 hearts. If you have 13 or more, sky's the limit. Happy you. And the other situation was a diamond, a spade, 4 spades if you had 13 or more points. And there are other situations. Now, I know that I'm rushing along through this because I do want to play some hands with you today. Okay, and so I'm rushing through this. And because you're going to do some homework on your own, you're going to read your notes. Remember, they're always, usually at 6 o'clock, sometimes not until 7. They'll be on my website. Just scroll down on the main page, www.barbaraseagram.com, and you'll find the handout for today on slam bidding. Okay, now I want you to make sure that you're always using keycard Blackwood. Now you can use either version. There's 1430 and 3014. Either one works, whatever your partner wants to play. And if you're very new to it, then just pick the version you want to play and tell her that's what you're playing. Please do not use Gerber when you haven't had a no trump option. Some people think, oh, I'm going to use Gerber, and partner bids 1 spade and they go leaping off to 4 clubs because they say that that is a cheaper way than bidding 4 no trump. So I don't want you to do that. It's only if partners opened with 1 no trump or 2 no trump, or for example, here we go, 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 no trump, 4 clubs would be Gerber. Now, we don't have an opportunity to use Gerber very often, and so we tend to muss it up. So when you're using Gerber, be sure to use your fingers, because 4 diamonds shows none or all 4, and we mix it up with Blackwood, you see, and we think 4 diamonds shows 1. And it doesn't. It shows 0 or all 4. And you'll always be able to tell which one it is, 0 or all 4. Okay? So 4 hearts shows 1 ace, 4 spades shows 2, and 4 no trump shows 3. So this is just a reminder, because we did study this in depth a couple of weeks ago when we did control bidding, that you mustn't use the Blackwood convention, any version of it, when you have a void somewhere in your hand, or when you have 2 or 3 small cards. You need to have at least the king and 1 little one, or a singleton. We call that second round control. You need to have at least that in your hand in order to bid for no trump Blackwood. Pam and everybody else, how do you know whether it's key card or regular? Because you're going to sit and talk to partner before sitting down to play with her. You're going to discuss what your strategy is and what you're playing, and whether you're playing key card Blackwood or regular Blackwood, and what other conventions you're playing, so that you're on the same page. So it's very, very important that you have that conversation with partner before playing. And online, it's a good idea to either exchange emails about it or get on the phone and talk. Now, when you open the bidding with 2 clubs, again, this is all written out for you, so just a brief thing. Yes, you can use Gerber anytime no trump has been opened with, Ruth, or if it went 1 diamond, 1 spade, 2 no trump. So why don't I take some questions now? Pam, you're going to agree with partner on whether you're playing regular on every single hand that you're playing that day with that partner, or whether you're playing key card Blackwood. So if you've agreed that you're playing, if you're playing with a stranger, Dean, then you have to discuss before playing. In the chat bar, here's what we're playing. And we play 1430 and we play 2 over 1, or we don't play 2 over 1, you will discuss it. And so you'll say, yes, we're playing key card Blackwood 1430. And then everybody's on the same page. Okay, what other questions do we have? We also have to use Gerber, by the way, if we've had any transfers or any stamen partway through. Yes, Pam, if you've agreed to play key card Blackwood, then it's never regular Blackwood. That is correct. Yes, unless you have never agreed on a trump suit. Okay. Yes, Cindy points out, that's a good point, Cindy, that if you click on the people that you're playing with, the person you're playing with, you can check their profile and they should have a convention card telling you what they are playing. Trump is usually decided, Barb, before using Blackwood, but let's say we had an auction like 1 diamond by me, 1 spade by you, 4 no trump by me, that agrees spades. Later on, I may want to change it to something else, but the information I am going to get is about spades, as those spades are trumps. Supposing my partner opened 1 spade and I bid 2 no trump, and she now bid 4 no trump. Well, that's key card Blackwood because we did agree on a trump suit. Okay, so now let's have a look. When we open the bidding with 2 clubs with an unbalanced hand, then I'd like it if you'd count your distribution always. The only time to not count distribution is when you're bidding no trumps. And so you're going to open the bidding with 2 clubs. If you have 21 or more points and a 7-card suit, including distribution, or 23 or more and a 6-card suit, or 23 or more and 2 5-card suits. Dean, if you can email me about that, that would be just great. Thank you. So if you've got one of those hands, then you really don't need a partner. It's just a question of whether you can make just game or whether you can make slam. So your partner, even with no points, you're going to get to game. Okay? I don't do short tricks, Susan, because counting distribution, it will just absolutely always work out for you. But of course, if you have a long, enormously running suit, then you could do it with a little bit less. Now, as a responder to 2 clubs, I'd prefer it if you didn't play 2 hearts as a bust hand, but some people prefer that. So the only reason for preferring to bid 2 diamonds as a waiting bid when you have not got a positive response, and the only time that you would bid anything other than 2 diamonds is, for example, with this hand. If you have 8 or more high card points and a good quality 5-card suit, then after 2 clubs by partner, you'll bid that suit. And you want to have 2 of the top 3 honors. That's what you want. Okay, 2 of the top 3 honors. And I suppose Eddie Cantor believes that it could be a 6-card suit with 3 of the top 5 honors is okay also. All right. And otherwise, you're going to bid 2 diamonds. So let's say we didn't have this extra little spade here. If we didn't have that card and we had 1 more heart, then after 2 clubs, you would bid 2 diamonds, even though you had 9 points. And as a matter of fact, even if you had 14 points and partner opened 2 clubs and you didn't have a good quality 5-card suit, you would still bid 2 diamonds. And that, you see, allows the contract to be what we call right-sided, with the stronger hand being the declarer. So if partners open the bidding with 2 clubs and you have this hand, then what do you think you would bid now with this hand? What do you think you'd bid? Anybody got any ideas? Yes, you can bid 3 clubs, that's right. And that shows 8 or more high card points and a good quality 5 card or longer club suit. And you have what it takes. That's perfect. Good. Now, the other reason for not bidding 2 hearts as a bust hand is because what if the opening bidder had hearts? Then you're going to become the declarer. And if you really do have hearts, then after 2 clubs by partner, now you have to show your hearts in an artificial way by bidding 2 no trump if you are playing that 2 hearts is a bust hand. If this is not what you're playing, please cover your ears. But if partner has opened 2 clubs and you have 8 or more high card points and you have a good heart suit, then you as responder playing 2 hearts as a bust have to bid 2 no trump. And now we've taken up 1 level of bidding. Now if partner has spades, now she has to bid 3 spades, and we're getting too high, okay? So you know these bids, and I'm not going to go through them now, but they are in your notes about the rebids by the opener with a balanced hand. So they're in your notes for you, okay? But agree with partner on your ranges, okay? Sorry, I've got a typo up there, sorry. Now, your partner opens, let's run through these. Your partner opens the bidding with 2 clubs, and I'm going to have you bid 2 diamonds with all of these hands. And next she bids 2 hearts. And I want you to tell me what you're going to bid now. Ruth, if you could send me an email about that, if you wouldn't mind, Ruth Oppenheim, that'd be great. So 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts. What will you bid with hand number 1? What do you think? I've only got 3 answers, and I need more. Yes, you don't want to take over and bid 4 no trump, no. You want the strong hand usually to be the one that initiates Blackwood, but yes, you're going to bid 3 hearts. Now, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to move from hand number 1 over to hand number 3 to contrast them, because I feel quite sure that you prefer hand number 1 to hand number 3. If you get hand number 3, send it back and say that's not what you ordered, because it's not a happy hand. So after 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts by partner, now you'll bid 4 hearts with this miserable collection of junk. Okay, it shows a horrible hand, but you do have 3 card support. Whereas with hand number 1, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, you'll bid 3 hearts. And that says, I've got some stuff. So aces and kings are wonderful stuff. Even if you just have 1 of them, you will go slowly. 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts. Even if you had this hand and no kings, you would still bid 3 hearts. Okay? The 2 club opening bid is forcing to game if your rebid has been a suit. After 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 no trump, that is not forcing to game. Partner can pass. So 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts. With hand number 1, we're going to bid 3 hearts. That says, tell me more, I've got stuff. 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts. Hand number 3, 4 hearts. Whatever you're looking for, partner, I do not have it. And next, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts. Now, this is a very sad hand. This hand, you don't even have a fit for partner. You're sorry you even came out to play today. So now you're going to show what we call the second negative. You already bid diamonds, kind of, as an artificial bid. But now after 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, you're going to bid 3 clubs. And that's the second negative, showing hate your hand and hate partner's suit. You see, forget about the queen. Even if you didn't have the queen of spades on hand number 3, 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, 4 hearts, because you have a fit. But on hand number 2, you don't have anything, and you also don't have a fit. It's the worst possible scenario. So you're going to bid 3 clubs, and that says, I have really awful, awful, awful hand here. And now if partner bids 3 hearts, now you may pass. Okay, so the key card Blackwood convention was invented to keep you out of bad slams. It's not to get you to slams, but to keep you out of bad slams. So it's all about finding out how many aces partner has and the king of trumps. So it's kind of like having 5 aces, okay? So, and the reason for doing it is so that we won't get to a slam on the ace, nothing, 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 nothing opposite 4 little ones. And oftentimes they will break 3-1, and now you lose 2 tricks. Or let's say you had the queen, jack, and 3 little ones opposite the 10, 9, and 2 little ones, and you're missing the ace and king of trump. And the key card Blackwood convention, invented by Eddie Cantor many years ago, is a wonderful, wonderful convention that stops you from getting to slams, stops you from getting to 6 missing 2 key cards, and stops you from getting to, because it's okay to be missing 1 and be in 6, and it stops you from getting to 7 missing any key cards. So you count as though there's a 5th ace in the hand, and that is the king of trump. So with 1 or 4 key cards, playing 14-30. Some people play 30-14. You just have to agree with partner. If you're new to it, stick with 14-30, because it's an easy number to remember. The reason it's such an easy number to remember is because it's the number for bidding and making 6 hearts or 6 spades vulnerable in the world of duplicate bridge. So we're not going to spend any more time on that, because that's all in your notes for you. And if you read them through and still have trouble, please feel free to email me and I will help you. Now, we've discussed that. Now, if partner bids 5 no trump asking for kings, which you may not do unless you have all the key cards. Don't do it just because you're curious about the kings. When you bid 5 no trump, it says, partner, well, for sure we have all the key cards. So now you're asking about the kings, excluding the king of trump. And you use old-fashioned Blackwood for that. Old-fashioned Blackwood, not counting the king of trump, because the king of trump was included in the first question, the 4 no trump. So now what we're going to do is we're going to talk about a different convention, and then we're going to play some hands, okay? Now, this convention is a fabulous convention. Have you ever been in 4 spades and said to partner afterwards, you know, we made 6, this is wonderful, but we didn't have the points for it. The hands just fit really well. And enter the splinter bid. I want you to count out these points. I think you'll count 25 high card points between the east hand and the west hand. 25 high card points. And yes, there's a singleton there. So a little bit more, but not 33. And so the splinter bid is a very exciting bid. It goes 1 spade by west, and east is going to make a crazy bid. You'll never miss it because it's a crazy bid. It's an insane bid. It's a high bid. It's a jump. I call it a triple jump, but it's actually only a double jump. So you're going to go from 1 spade. East is going to bid 4 hearts. Craziness. And that says, you have to agree with partner that you're playing this, okay? This is part of coming early to play, sitting down, and are we playing splinters? So it shows enough points by the responder to the opening bid, and by enough points, I mean it shows 13 to 15, exactly including distribution. So it is a little bit different from Jacoby 2 no trump, which you've learned, which shows 13 or more. So one spade, you're going to bid 4 hearts. The other different thing with Jacoby 2-no is that with Jacoby 2-no, you show any singleton or void, but you don't ever, with Splinter, if you have a singleton ace or a singleton king, you don't use it. You don't use the Splinter. So one spade, you bid 4 hearts. And now this hand is going to decide if they are turned on by having you have a singleton or a void in hearts. And you see this hand, yes, a Splinter is alertable. Thank you for checking that, Kelly. A Splinter is alertable. And of course, it's this guy who alerts it. The partner of the person making the funny bid, even though you think it would be useful to make your partner wake up and say, alert, it's a Splinter, you may not do that, okay? So one spade, 4 hearts. I'm going to tell you that the opening bidder who is listening to this 4 heart bid now knows that all your points, your kings and aces, are all located in another suit. In fact, we call it the 30-point deck because 10 of the points, the royal family and the heart suits, all missing. The bad guys have the royal family. You can see them, right? They have ace, king, queen, jack, and you don't care because you're only going to lose 1 trick in that suit and only 1 trick, okay? So 1 spade, 4 hearts. Now West is, you're going to be either turned on by her Splinter or turned off. And I'm going to show you both scenarios. Here you're turned on. You would also be turned on if you had the ace. Okay, if you had the ace and 2 little ones, or the ace and 3 little ones, you'll be turned on and you're going to move on to 4 no trump. Now, do you remember we talked about the fact that you shouldn't use Blackwood if you have 3 little ones in a suit? Well, normally we won't. But when you know that your partner has a singleton or a void in that suit, you know you're not losing 2 tricks quickly in that suit. And therefore, it's okay to use Blackwood. So it'll go 1 spade, 4 hearts, 4 no trump, and this guy's going to show you 1 key card, the king of spades, and the ace of clubs, that's 2 key cards. And when we have 2 key cards and we also have the queen of trump, we bid 5 spades. West is now very, very happy and is going to bid 6 spades, okay? He knows that they're missing 1 key card, so they're certainly not going to 7, but they're going to be in 6 spades, even though you only have 25 high card points. So the Splinter bid, I think, is a dynamite convention. By the responder, it shows precisely and exactly 13 to 15 points, including distribution. Okay? Now, next hand. Now, this is the same hand. So 1 spade, 4 hearts, 4 no trump, 5 spades, 6 spades. Now, and we've talked about that. Don't splinter with a singleton ace or a king. And I've told you here in this scenario, no, let's go back. Let's go back to that hand. I want you to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Please remember to count your distribution or you will not get to your games and your slams. You have 4 card support. And when you have 4 card support, you use the 5-3-1 method. 5 for the void, 3 for the singleton, and 1 for the doubleton. So you have 12 high card points and you have 3 for the singleton. You have 15 points. Got it? Everybody got it? Okay, Susan, got it? So it's so important, okay? Always count your distribution. Dummy points. Now, if you're playing Jacoby 2 no trump, there's a bit of an overlap. because you could bid Jacoby 2 no trump or the splinter. But if you have agreed to play splinters, then please, 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 with 13 to 15 and 4-card support for partners major, please let the splinter bid take over, okay? And that's going to be your preference, okay? 5 spades shows 2 with the queen of trumps. We don't even bother talking about the 5 key cards, Pam, because I haven't been dealt it in the last 30 years, okay? Good. Next now. Now, so it's a 30-point deck. You are turned on if you've got 3 little ones opposite partners, little one, or 4 little ones opposite partners, little one, or you've got the ace and 2 little ones opposite partners, singleton or void, or you have the ace and 3 little ones. Here's when you are not turned on. When you have the king, jack, and a little one, or the queen, jack, and 2 little ones, or the ace, queen, jack. You want those cards, this is a misfit. You want these cards located in your long suits, not opposite partners, short suits. Not good. So now we'll see this hand. This is a similar hand. This hand is the same. This hand changed. 1 spade, 4 hearts, and now, do you see, this hand has the king, jack, and a little heart. They're going to lose a diamond, they're going to lose a club, and they're going to lose a heart. So the hand does not fit well. We would rather have this king and jack located in these suits, okay, where we have potential for winning tricks. We don't want our high cards opposite partners singleton. Let me just run through that with you. Let me just show you. You see, here we are. The point count, all the hand evaluation, Cindy, all of that is all going to be in your handout. Thank you for bringing that up, okay? Now, on this hand, we're getting to 25 high card points and we're getting to slam. So we need all the ammunition that we have, the kings and the jacks, we want them to all work and pull their weight. Let's say here, okay, we lead this one from the dummy, and this guy plays a small one, and we play the jack, and this guy wins the queen. And later on, that's 1 point down the tubes. Later on, we play this one and we rough it. And later on, we play this one and we rough it. Yes, we roughed it. We didn't lose the tricks, but that's 4 of the points out of the 25 were wasted because they did not win tricks by themselves. Do you see? So when you're trying to play, get to slam on lesser points, it's important that all the points be working. That's terribly important, okay? So 1 spade, 4 hearts. Now he is turned off. We call it wasted values, and he will bid 4 spades only. Okay? I hope that makes sense to you. So no hope for slam. We had 26 on that, and we still had no hope for slam. Now, I'm going to give you one more situation where we can use a splinter. You open the bidding here with 1 diamond, and we had a similar hand earlier. 1 diamond, and your partner bids 1 spade. Now, what I taught you earlier is that this card here with 4 card support is worth 3 points. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and this is worth 3. We're up to 20. It would not be wrong to bid 4 spades. 1 diamond, 1 spade, 4 spades. But then, supposing your partner had, let's say, the ace and 2 little clubs. Supposing your partner over here had the ace, 5, 2 in clubs. And she has a long spade suit. Now, this would be a hand that she would say to you later, we made 6, partner, And the points weren't there. The hands just happened to fit really, really well. So the opening bidder, if they have 20 points or 19, based on the fact that their partner may have only 6, then after 1 diamond, 1 spade, that opener can now bid 4 clubs. Okay? So she's opening bidder is going to bid 4 clubs, and that too is a splinter. Now you'll always catch the splinter. Here's one splinter you won't catch. You might miss. Let's say you open the bidding with 1 heart, and let's draw that down here. 1 heart, and your partner bids 3 spades. You see, it's still a double jump. 1 heart, 1 spade's normal. 2 spades is a jump, and 3 spades is the double jump. But you expect it to be more often it's at the 4 level. So from hearts into spades, sometimes you'll miss that splinter. So be careful with that and make sure you don't miss it. Don't be in such a hurry. Remember Simon and Garfunkel who say, slow down, you play too fast. Okay. Next, we're just going to have a couple of practice hands, and then you're going to practice these on your own at home. Dealer is south on this hand. So you're going to open the bidding. What will you open the bidding with? You'll open with 1 spade. Agree? And what should north bid? I've given you lots of practice hands. About 20 of them to practice. And sometimes it goes from deal number 1 to deal number 3. Don't worry about it. It's deliberate to make it a little shorter. So 1 heart, yes, you're going to bid 4 diamonds with that hand because you have 4 or more trumps and 13 or more points. You see, only 12 high, but you've got to include your distribution. So 1 spade, 4 diamonds. Tell me how South feels about that. Are they happy or are they sad? Happy or sad? Which is it? Very sad. So we have what's called wasted values in diamonds. We would rather these be located in other suits. Okay? Not good. So 1 spade, 4 diamonds, 4 spades only because we are turned off. Okay? Let's have one more. Now, north is the dealer on this hand and opens the bidding with 1 heart. I'm sure you'll agree. And south is going to bid what? Actually, Joan, that's a great question, and I should have included it. Many conventions, when there's interference, the convention is canceled. But interestingly enough, the splinter bid is so high that the opponent's bidding doesn't get in the way. So if it went a heart by me, a spade by you, 2 diamonds on my right, and I bid 4 clubs, that can't be anything but a splinter. Okay, so I'm really glad you mentioned that. Okay, so you know what, you're right. Humor me though, pretend we have 1 more point, Joy. Thank you so much. Yes, you're perfect. That would have been a 1 no trump opener, quite right. But let's pretend you've opened the bidding with 1 heart, North. Thank you for that, Joy. Okay, 1 heart, and your partner should bid, what, 4 clubs is correct? Good. Now, is North happy or sad? Tell me, happy or sad? Very happy. You have nothing that's wasted in this suit. You would be happy if you had the ace here also, or if you just have 3 small. So 1 heart, 4 clubs. Now North is going to move on and bid, remember, partner has 13 to 15, and now North is going to bid 4 no trump, which he normally cannot do with 3 small ones, but he now knows that partner we cannot lose 2 tricks in that suit. We know that because partner has a singleton or a void. So 4 no trump, And what will South reply? Playing 1430. Kim K has lost sound. If you can help him, that'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you. So five clubs is correct, showing 1 or 4 key cards. This being the 1. Hearts are trumps. Don't forget, hearts are trumps. Okay. So 5 clubs. And now North is going to bid 6 hearts because we have 4 of the key cards, but we don't have all 5. And so we mustn't move on to 7 unless we have all 5 and a possibility of 37 points, including distribution. All right, so now we're going to, just a sec, we're now going to move over to our BBO screen that Barbara helped me with at 10 to D-Day, and I was having a fit. Okay. Okay, good. Now, we've got hand number 1 up here, and now South is the dealer on this hand. So let's bid this. Let's have a look at this and let's bid it together. So you can tell me in your chat bar what South should do as the opening bidder, and we'll bid it together. Oops, just a second. I forgot to do my thing. There we go. Okay, so South is going to open with 2 clubs is correct. That's right, 2 clubs. Good. And the next hand's going to pass. And what should the North hand bid? Now, North has 8 high card points, but that 5 card suit is not of quality. And so they should bid 2 diamonds waiting. And that rule started so that we wouldn't end up getting to 6 with lousy trumps, okay? So 2 clubs, 2 diamonds. And now South is going to bid just, I'm sorry, 10 high card points, thank you. 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, and South is going to bid 2 spades. Don't jump, it takes up too much bidding space. Just 2 spades. And what should North now bid, everybody? What should North now bid? Talk to me. 3 spades. Okay, James Waddell doesn't have the hand up. If Tim or Cindy, if you can help. It must be his video is not working. Okay, and I have to go back because I messed that up. There we go. 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 spades by South. There we go. Pass. And what should the North hand bid? Thank you. Thank you. And what should North bid now? You're going to bid slowly because you've got a good hand. Yes, it's called in bridge the principle of fast arrival. So if you had this hand and no ace of hearts and no ace of diamonds, then 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 spades, 4 spades. Okay, but 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 spades, 3 spades is kind of a come on. Okay, 3 spades. And now South does not have 2 little cards anywhere or 3 little cards. So now they can bid for no trump. Oops, I'm sorry, I'm bad with that. I forget to do the passes. Good, thank you. I apologize. So for no trump and pass. And what should North bid now? What should North bid? Showing 2 key cards and the Queen of Trumps. The Queen of Trumps is not a key card. So when we say it's kind of like when we bid 5 hearts, it says, I have 2 key cards, and it's kind of an aside. Psst. And by the way, I don't have the Queen of Trumps. But 2 clubs, 4 no trump, 5 spades says, psst, I have 2 key cards, and I also have the Queen of Trumps. Okay, and so 5 spades. Pass. And now what should South bid? What do you think South should bid now? No guts, no glory. Good for you. Yes, you betcha. Best hand you've had in your life. 7 spades. Yes. And we don't want to bid 7 no trump because we may need a ruff. Okay? So pass, pass, pass. Okay, so you're in 7 spades. Excellent. Now, the opening lead is made. So we're going to clear the drawings and we're just going to play it wide open. You're going to be able to see the opponent's cards because there's no way around it. Now I want you to tell me how you're planning on making this. And I want you to count losers from the South hand's point of view. You've got no spade losers. And you look over to dummy and you see the ace of hearts over there. So you've got no heart losers. And you've got no diamond losers. But you've got 1 potential club loser. So I know you're looking at the cards, and so you can see, next time I'll do this without the cards being shown. You see that's a 50% finesse. If you take that finesse, it's 50% of the time it'll win. And if you're desperate and there's no other way, then yes, indeed, that is what you would have to do. But do you think there's a better way to make this contract rather than relying on the club finesse, which, as you can see, doesn't make on this hand? So what are we going to use? No, the 3rd club cannot go on a spade. You see, the trump suit can never be used for discards. That never works. Quite right, Marlene. Good job. Ruth, good, 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 good. Yes. Yes, Rosemary and Alexis, good, 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 and MS Fola. Yes, you're going to set up the long heart suit. That is correct. You see, someone said a couple weeks ago, I never met a 5-card suit I didn't like. When your partner lays down a 5-card suit in the dummy, you're supposed to smile and say thank you. You're always supposed to do that, but now you say it louder. Okay, so the opening lead is the Queen of Diamonds. And tell me, where are you? Why is it not doing? There we go. Okay, Queen of Diamonds is the opening lead. Now, where are we going to win it? Does it matter where we win it? Yes, we've got to win it in our hand, because when you're trying to, whenever you have a choice of where to win a trick, make sure you always win it in the hand that has more pictures. And you've got more pictures in the South hand, and you need to keep that ace of diamonds over in the dummy as an entry later. So Queen of Diamonds, small diamond, King of Diamonds. I'm going to tell you that the East hand actually had a better card to play. They should encourage, because they know that their partner must have the Jack of Diamonds. And so they can encourage to say, I have an honor that is equal to one I know you have. That's just a little aside. And now the King of, we're going to attack the heart suit. And because those spades, the 5 and the 2, cannot be entries, we could actually draw 2 rounds of trumps first. And we should play a club. And maybe they won't notice that we didn't follow suit. Okay, and now the hearts. Whenever you're playing a lopsided suit, play the high honor from the short side first. Now the 2 of hearts, Jack of hearts, ace of hearts, heart. And now we're going to develop that suit. We're going to play it. Remember, I always tell you to rough in the dummy, and that roughing in your hand doesn't do you any good. But it's a different story when you are roughing that suit in order to make the 5th card develop into a trick. 4 of hearts, Queen of hearts. And now, never send a boy to do a man's job. So we have to rough it high. And now we're going to play. Oops, I did it wrong. Sorry. There. Okay, and now we're going to get over to the dummy, pulling this creep's last trump. He's not really a creep. Okay, and now we're going to play a heart again, one more time with feeling. And now we can rough it low because the trumps are all gone. You see how this guy must not throw away one of his clubs. He has to keep 2 bodyguards for his queen. And now, finally, that heart in dummy is now high. And we have that carefully preserved ace of diamonds over in the dummy. And we're going to play that 13th heart. And we're going to not trump it, for God's sake. Throw away your jack of clubs, the jack of diamonds. And now you say, the rest are mine, because that's trump. Everybody okay with that? Does that make sense? I hope you understood that. So that's long suit establishment. These hands are all written out with full analysis by me for you in your handout, so that you can practice them at home with a friend or anyone you want to. Okay? Anybody, any questions so far? Any questions? No, we're okay? Good. All right. I've made South the dealer on all these hands. I finally figured out how to do that. And thanks to Babs for all of it. So if your hand is strong enough that even with your wasted values, you still have an opening hand, yes. If you had 20 points and you're turned off, but your partner has done a splinter, for example, promising you 13, even though you're turned off, you're still turned on, because 20 and 13 is 33. Okay? Okay, so South is the dealer on this hand, and yes is going to open the bidding with 2 clubs. Good. 2 clubs. And the next hand's going to pass. And this is about the worst you've ever seen in your life, not even a 10. That is called a Yarborough. Okay? Now, Joan Wexler, Tim, her entire Zoom has disappeared. Are we on the last lesson? If you can help Joan Wexler, W-E-C-H-S-L-E-R, that would be great. And yep, Janice Ward, Cindy, if you could help Janice Ward, J-A-N-I-S Ward, because her chat bar is, your best, Janice, to just close the chat bar. Just close the chat bar if you can figure out how to do that, and don't bother about the chat. And Jill, the Zoom shouldn't be disappearing. I don't know why it is. Okay? Jill Lynch DeVerti is also having a problem. Okay, I hope it's come back for you, because it's alive and well here. Okay, okay, good. Okay, so South is the dealer and opens the bidding with 2 clubs. And North is very depressed and really would like to leave and say, I'm sorry, but I'm not feeling very well. 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, pass. And now South is going to bid their suit, right? Which is 3 clubs. Good, 3 clubs. And now what's North going to bid? In order to show their second negative after 3 clubs has been bid by South, the only way to show that second negative is to bid 3 diamonds now. It doesn't show oops. There we go, 3 diamonds. And that says, I have the worst, the absolute worst possible. And now South is still excited about their hand because they have a gorgeous hand. And now South is going to bid 5 clubs anyway. Now, that's it. I'm going to tell you that it's going to be very easy for you to make 5 clubs. You see, you do have an entry to the dummy. Can you see it? The 4 over to the 9 of clubs. And you're going to try to do the heart finesse and hope that the King of Hearts is in your right hand over here on your right. That's your hope. So I want you to try to make this hand, but not just making 5. I want you to make 6. So tell me what you think, if anybody's got an idea about how you could make 6 on this hand. What should you try for? Do you see anything in the dummy other than the 9 of clubs? Anything? Yes, you have a 4th spade there. You have a 4th spade there. And if the spades were to divide 3 and 3, because you live right, then maybe that 4th spade would be high and you could throw away a heart on it. Perfect. And that is your intention. And that's what you're going to do. But in order to do that, what you have to do first is you have to play, having pulled trumps, you have to play the ace, the king, and the queen of spades first. Okay? Because otherwise, when you get over there, you won't be able to play that 4th spade without getting back to your hand. So now let's play it, and I'll show you how that all works. Because it's kind of fun to always think about trying to make an extra trick. King of diamonds, opening lead, top of the sequence, best lead in bridge. By the way, if West had the king 10, 6, 5, they would find another suit to lead. Against a high-level contract, certainly against slams, this one happens to be only 5, but against a high-level contract, when you've got some stuff, usually partner doesn't have any, that's why they're only in 5 here, but usually don't underlead an honor against a slam contract, okay? King to signal, I love it, I love it, I love it, she says, Jack. And so now he plays the queen, small, small, and declarer has to trumpet. And declarer has taken a minute and a half or 2 minutes at the start of every hand, and he's taken this 4 of clubs out of his hand and he's sitting on it so that he won't play it. And if you don't think about it at trick 1, then you're going to play it, and then you won't have that baby club to get over to dummies 9, and you'll be, you know, you're down the tubes, and the respect will be all gone. Okay, so now we're going to play ace of clubs, club, 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 and pray that they divide 2, 2. And just because you live right, just because, aren't I good to you? Now, the trumps are all gone. Now you have to do what we call unblock this spade suit, okay? Using up the high cards from the short side first. And the king, spade, spade, spade. And now the queen of spades, spade, spade, spade. And look at that, they divided. And now you've got that carefully preserved 4 of clubs, 5 of diamonds, 9 of clubs, and a heart. Okay, and now you can play the 8 of spades, diamond, and you can throw away a little heart. And now you're going to finesse, because even if the finesse doesn't work, you're still making 5. So you might as well try for 6. That over trick on the score sheet is critical. It's the difference between a top board and an average, okay, or a bottom, okay? So you're making 6 on this hand. Does everybody see that? Any questions about that? Everybody all right? Perfect. Okay, we're going to do hand number 3 now. So hand number 3, South once again is the dealer and is going to open the bidding with 2 clubs. Pass. And North has enough points, 8 high, but not a good suit. So 2 diamonds. Pass. You can comment if you can bid if you'd like to. 2 spades. Pass. And North is going to bid. What do you think North's going to bid now? Yes. Good, good. 3 spades. Excellent. Yes, slow and steady. If you had this hand and no king jack and no king of spades, just another little spade, you would bid 4 spades. Okay? 2 clubs, 2 diamonds, 2 spades, 3 spades. Pass. And now South has no reason to not bid for no trump. That is our default. That is our preference. And it is key card Blackwood. For no trump. Pass. And North has 1 key card. Do you agree? These are not key. The King of Clubs is not a key card. It's a happy card, but it's not a key card. And so he's going to bid 5 clubs, which is 14, 30, 1 or 4. 5 clubs. Pass. And South now knows that they're missing 1 key card. So he's going to bid 6 spades. Pass, pass, pass. Okay, good. So now you're in 6 spades. I forgot to cover these. Oh, no, that's all right. We uncovered deliberately. All right, so West is going to lead the 10 of clubs. And I want you to tell me how you're planning on playing this hand. How are you planning on playing it? What do you think? No club losers. You do have a diamond possibility of a diamond finesse, don't you? If you led the jack, if this hand had the queen, then you and played small, then you would play small. Once again, you're going to set up the hearts. Last time I gave you the king and 1 opposite the ace and 4 little ones. So this isn't happy, is it? But you're going to do it. Long suits. So 10 of clubs, jack of clubs, small club, and what do we win it with? Good, Joan. What are we going to win it with? Yes, you have to win it with the ace. You have to keep this little queen to get over to dummy's king later. See, it's so easy to win it with the queen and not think about it, but you've got to think about it, okay? And you're going to, right at the beginning, can't pull trumps because you see, you don't have any, you only have the king of clubs as an entry. And whenever you find yourself short of entries to the dummy, think of the trump suit. It will often provide you with entries. Look at this. You've got the ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8. So you're going to not pull trumps just yet. 7 of hearts, 8 of hearts, 2 of hearts, and East wins it with the 10 of hearts. Now I'm going to tell you in no uncertain language what East must not do now. Remember, he knows that South is not stupid. South got to 6, so they don't have 2 little hearts, or they wouldn't have been leading them for starters. So they must not now play the ace of hearts. If East now plays the ace of hearts, it says, let me give you a hand with making this contract, okay? Remember, declarer has a project suit. You, East and West, you have a project suit. And your project was clubs, so you should lead a club now to take that club entry off the dummy, okay? It's always a good idea, all right? Don't help her attacking her long suit. 5 of clubs, queen of clubs, 3 of clubs. That's why we had to keep the queen only and get rid of the ace so that our king would win. Now we're going to work on hearts. 3 of hearts. We can go up with the ace if we want to. And we can play the 2 of spades. We have to be careful to keep enough cards to get to dummy's trumps. So now, small spade, small spade. You know, we could just play the king. That would be easy. My advice to you when you're developing a long suit is use the smaller entries first, because it's easier to get a smaller card than the king to get to the dummy later. If you use it up now, then you've got to remember to keep your 7 to get over there, and you won't be able to get there twice now, okay? Because I used up one of the small ones. So now the 4 of hearts, Jack of hearts. We have to rough it high. The reason we have to rough it high is so that we keep a small trump to get to dummy. And the heart. Now the 7 of spades, and let's say the 4 of clubs, and the 9 of spades, and the 5 of spades. And one more time with feeling, and you've got to have been counting this suit to see that they're behaving. And now you play the Jack of spades, and let's say a club. And now that heart in dummy is finally high. And you play your Queen of spades, 7 of diamonds saying I like diamonds, King of spades and a club. And now you play your 13th heart and you throw away the little diamond. And Bob's your uncle. You say, the rest are mine. Now, does anybody have any questions? I hope that makes sense. Everybody okay on that hand? Okay. Yes, good. Okay, we're going to have another hand now. Because part of these lessons isn't just about the bidding. I do want to help you with your declare a play. And that's a focus that I want to have. Well, that didn't work out so well. Let's see. That'll do. There we go. Good. Okay. So South is the dealer on this hand. Once again, he's going to open the bidding with 2 clubs on these lovely, lovely hands. Happy hands. 2 clubs, pass. And what's North going to bid? Two diamonds waiting. Good. That is my preference. Some of you play step responses. Once again, it wrong sides the contract and gets the auction. You lose a whole level. Let's say it goes 2 clubs and you bid 2 spades, showing whatever that shows. For those people playing step responses, you know. And therefore, now a partner, if they have hearts now, they have to go to 3 hearts, and we've lost a whole level of bidding. So now the East hand, I'm going to tell you that the East hand gets into the act. And the East hand is going to bid 3 diamonds. Now South is not going to put up with that. They're now going to bid 3 spades. Okay? Now North, what do you think North's going to do? Because North isn't impressed with either with spade suit. They're stuck. They're stuck and they're not going to bid their suit because, you know, maybe there's 3 no in it. So North is just going to bid 3 no trump, knowing that partner has the World's Fair. And they have a diamond stopper, okay? So 3 no pass. And now South has a wonderful spade suit. It's a self-sufficient spade suit, more so because there's 6 of them, more so than the hearts. And so South is just going to bid 6 spades. Whether you like it or not, that's where we are. All right? Okay. Now, I'm going to tell you that West leads a diamond. And I want you to plan and how you're going to play this hand. This is very important. How are we going to do it? Where are we winning the first trick? Are we winning it with the Ace of Diamonds or with the King of Diamonds? Okay, almost everybody's saying the Ace of Diamonds. Okay, now I want you to tell me what you think about that 6 of Diamonds, because it smells to me. It has a very strong odor to me. Now, what do you think that 6 of Diamonds is? Remember that East overcalled diamonds, and she overcalled diamonds even though you were having a 2-club auction. That West person is not to be trusted. that west person is up to no good. They're bidding partner's suit. And look, partner, you can see, I'm declarer here, you're declarer, and you can see the ace and the king. What was this person doing bidding diamonds? They must have gazillions of them because they're not that good. They could be the queen, jack, 10. They're not that great, are they? Because you have the ace and the king. So they must have length. Good. So yes, it smells like a singleton. So here's what you have to do. You see, if you win it with the ace of diamonds, okay? If you win it with the ace of diamonds and you pull trump now, when you pull trumps, this creep over here is going to win with the ace of spades, and back is going to come a diamond, and this creep's going to trump it. Don't ever call your opponents creeps, okay? I'm just doing it to make you remember it. All right, now, so very, very important. This is a bad thing that's going on. So it looks like your ace and king are happy cards, but they're actually not happy cards because one of them's going to get roughed. So you're going to win the king of diamonds. And she's going to encourage. And now it only hurts for a little while. You're going to play the ace of clubs, club, and you're going to throw away your ace of diamonds. And it only hurts for a little while. And is it counterintuitive? You betcha it's counterintuitive. It's the hardest thing you'll ever have to do, but you just have to do it. So now you play spades. And this guy's going to win it with the ace of spades, spade, spade, and he's going to lead back a diamond, but you're going to trump it, and you can trump it high. And now you're going to draw trumps. Now you're going to draw trumps. And now there's no trumps left. And let's hope that this heart suit behaves, because otherwise we're still in a little bit of trouble. But look at that. The 10 falls under your ace. Am I good to you? And then these are all good. And you say, the rest are mine. Does that make sense? Oh, did I stop? Oh, I didn't draw trumps. There is a trump left. It was lurking over there. Good for you telling me that. Good for you. Thank you. You see, I just wanted to make sure you were paying attention. Thank you. You're absolutely right. That would have been a disaster. Okay, good, good. Thank you, folks. Thank you. That's good. I apologize that I messed that up. There. Okay, and so the rest are yours. All is good now. So now we're going to have the next hand. Okay, so this time, North is the dealer on this hand. Okay, so North is the dealer. You are paying attention. I'm so impressed with you. So good. Let's hide these little creatures over here. There we go. Good. Okay, North is the dealer. And what's North going to open with? Too many points to open one, no trump, right? Okay, because you have 19 high. Good. So you're going to open the bidding with one club. That's right. One club. Good. Okay, and pass. And what's South going to bid now? One spade. Good. And what's North going to bid now? You have 19 points. And your partner's promised you at least 6. So pretend you have 20, same thing. No, 3 spades is a little bit of an underbid. 3 spades will show 16 to 18, and you have 19. So let's do it this way. If you, North, had 13 to 15, after one club, one spade, you'd bid 2 spades. If you have 16 to 18, you're going to bid 3 spades. And if you have 19 to 20, you're going to bid 4 spades. Okay? So that's what I want you to bid, 4 spades. And now this south hand, remember I told you you're going to add on some points when your partner has supported your suit? So let's count your points the way you count them. 3 and 2 is 5. And you already counted 1 here, 6 and 7. That still goes. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And your partner promised you 20. And partner supported you 16, 17, 18. And partner bid 4 spades, promising you 20. So you've got like 38 points, including distribution between the 2 hands. Okay? So you should be very excited. So now, south, you cannot bid. Well, you have a problem. Where are partners' points? I'm going to give you permission to use Blackwood here because, let's see, if you bid 4 diamonds and partner bids 5 clubs, you now lose the ability to use Blackwood. So I'm just going to have you use Blackwood because the space is all gone. 4 no trump, because where are partners' points? You can't be missing an ace and a king in a suit. There's no way. Okay, so 4 no trump, pass, and partner's going to bid what? 2 key cards without the queen of trumps. Yes, it's key card Blackwood, Pam. We've agreed we're playing key card Blackwood. I messed up. Okay, 4 spades, pass. 4 no trump, pass. And north is going to bid what? 5 hearts, indeed. 2 key cards, excluding the queen of trumps. 5 hearts, pass. And now south is going to bid, because remember, they think they have about 38 points. 5 no trump, asking about kings. Now north has 1 king. And so old-fashioned Blackwood now. Some people play what we call specific kings, and that's fine too. Whatever you agree on, okay? No, we don't use Blackwood right away, like 1 club, 1 spade, 4 no trump. It is better to just describe your hand and say what the trumps are and agree on trumps, okay? So 5 no trump, pass, and 6 diamonds now, showing 1 king, and pass. And now south is going to bid 6 spades, knowing that they're still missing a king, okay? So 6 spades, pass, pass, pass. Now, you have no spade losers. You have 1 heart loser. You have 1 club loser and no diamond losers. So 1 club and 1 heart. What does this hand remind you of? What does this hand remind you? Oh, I forgot one of the part of the auction. I apologize. After 5 hearts, I'm not going to bother to go back. After 5 hearts, the east hand said double. Okay? Kathleen, we could have used control bids, but then we couldn't find out more about the quality of the trump suit. But we could have, but this is a better option. Okay, so 6 spades. Now, this hand doubled 5 hearts for a heart lead, okay? 6 spades, pass, pass, pass. Now, do you see that this hand depends on a finesse? Do you agree? It depends on a finesse. That's right, Linda. Yes. When you are in a contract that depends on a finesse, you think, we're not missing 2 key cards, Vinny. We're only missing 1 key card. In fact, we're not missing any key cards. We're not missing any of the 4 aces or the king of trumps. There were no key cards missing. That's why we went on to 5 no trump. Okay? 5 no trump asks about kings. Don't mix up kings for being key cards. Only the king of trump is a key card. Okay, so we're going to think of the strip and throw in when we're in a contract that depends on a finesse. Okay, and so we're going to try to make the opponent's lead clubs for us. So now let's uncover and let's play. So pass, pass, pass. Okay, and so West leads top of nothing. Now, we should not cover with the queen. And the reason is that we want to make sure that this guy gets on lead later. So we need to keep the queen to make sure that he gets on lead. There's no point him covering because the 9 is winning. And we play the ace. So in a strip and throw in, which is what we did last week, that's right, Violet, to strip and conquer, we're going to draw as many trumps as it takes, making sure that we keep at least one trump in the dummy. Okay, well, now we don't need to pull any more trumps. But we must now do the strip. And the strip is the diamond suit, is the suit we're going to strip. And in our heads, we have mentally calculated that the club suit is the do not touch suit. So now we can play the diamond, diamond, king of diamonds, diamond, and now the queen of diamonds, diamond, 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 8 of diamonds, 6 of diamonds, ace of diamonds, diamond. And if you had a 4th diamond in your hand that was not good, you must now play it and rough it so that you strip completely. And now we're going to throw the bad guys in. That's right. We're going to do the exit, as it's called. And the queen and this guy has to win it. And that's exactly what you want. Now, if he leads a club, we call that the jaws. You'll remember last week, those of you who were here, we had a picture of a crocodile because that's the jaws. If he leads a club, we win it with the 10 for that matter, or with the jack, and then we say the rest are mine. So let's say he leads a heart. Where do we always rough? Where do we like to always do the roughing? Pam, that question is for you. In the dummy, you betcha. And this is another example of why it's important. RID stands for rough in the dummy. We slough from our hand and we rough in the dummy. And now we say the rest are mine. Okay, very good. And now let's see. We're going to have another one. Okay, we're going to have hand. We're going to have one more. And I hope we don't run over, and I apologize if we do. There we go. Good. Okay. Good. Now on this hand, this is a hand number 8. You're the dealer in the south hand. And you're going to open the bidding with 1 heart. I feel quite sure that you're going to do that. Let's do some drawings here. Well, we can't show that guy. Oh my goodness me. There we go. Okay, good. Okay, so South is going to open with 1 heart. And West is going to say pass dutifully. And North. Now, depends what you're playing. How many of you are playing Bergen raises now? If you're playing Bergen raises, you would bid 3 diamonds. If you're not playing Bergen raises, you'd bid 3 hearts. Now, I think most of you are not, so we're just going to bid 3 hearts. But if you'll remember that if you're playing Bergen raises, Okay, Susan, whatever you've agreed on with your partner, reverse Bergen, that's fine. So 1 heart, 3 hearts. If you're not playing Bergen, we'll show 10 to 12 points. And you have 10 and you have 4 card support. That's essential. And if you were playing Bergen, then it would go 1 heart past 3 diamonds. Okay, and now you've agreed on a trump suit. Now I want you to look at that south hand for me. Now south, if you ask for aces, remember after a 1-3 sequence, Bergen or no Bergen, whenever it shows you've got a limit raise opposite a hand that was not good enough to open with 2 clubs, then there's no grand slam in this, no grand slam. And so if you have 3 aces and you have the king of trump, if you ask partner about aces and she says she doesn't have any, okay, if she says she doesn't have any aces, then you're still going to 6. So there's no point. Don't bother. After 1 heart, 3 hearts, just bid 6 hearts. The thing is, if you bid Blackwood, it gives the opponents an opportunity to possibly, supposing you had another diamond or something here, and they have an opportunity now to make a lead directing double after 4 no trump 5 diamonds or something. They have an opportunity to make a lead directing double. So just bid 6 hearts. And don't forget to pray. Oops, let's go back a little. Just bid 6 hearts. Pass, pass, pass. Okay? And now, how are you going to play it? What is your plan? Now, this club suit, we have a finesse situation, don't we? And we have, the spades are nice. The spades are lopsided. You don't have 4 of them in the dummy, and you have no heart losers. And the nice thing about lopsided, heavy, wonderful suits is that you get a discard from the dummy. And so you're going to discard, and in order to discard, Violet, send me an email and remind me which hand we're talking about, which I think is hand 8, okay? Send me an email, okay? Because there's 33 points revalued here, approximately, and you've got a real good hand. Okay, so 1 heart, 3 hearts, 6 hearts. And now you're missing diamonds. You're going to lose a diamond, and you have a potential loser in clubs. So is this a hand that depends? The spades will, you don't care whether the spades divide or not because they're solid, ace, king, queen, jack. But the clubs depend on a finesse. So it's very, very important with the clubs to consider that this hand depends on a finesse, and therefore that's when we think of doing the strip and throw in. Okay, the strip and throw in. So that is your plan, and that is how you're going to play this hand. You're not going to touch. You're not going to touch the club suit. Okay, so let's see now. The opening lead is the 10 of spades. 10 of spades, small spade, and you can win it with the ace of spades. And you're going to draw trumps, as many as needed. And a small heart, and a small heart, and the ace of hearts, and a heart. And now all the trumps are gone. Now, we're going to play our happy suit now, because that's part of the stripping. And that's the spade suit. 7 of spades, spade, queen of spades, spade. Spade, 5 of diamonds, encouraging. King of spades, 8 of spades. See, it was actually very, very important that you be able to make 1 discard from the dummy. And that is the diamond. You have to throw away the diamond, not a club. You have to do what we call even up the suits. And the reason for that is that when you throw them in, if you had thrown them in and you still had 2 diamonds in the dummy and you threw them in, then this hand on east could now just lead a diamond and not help your life. So you had to throw away that diamond from the dummy. King of Diamonds. And now what would you like poor East to lead? If East leads a club, it'll be right into the jaws of the King Jack 10 in the dummy. So let's say East now leads the Ace of Diamonds. Where do we ruff? Where do we ruff? Where do we ruff? Where do we ruff? Tell me where we ruff. We're ruffing in the dummy. RID stands for rough in dummy. Perfect. So we're going to slough the club from our hand and rough in the dummy. And that's the slough and rough as part of the strip and throw in. Anybody, any questions about that hand? So, any questions about anything? We didn't do a poll this week. I just hope that you'll plan on joining us in July. I hope so. A lot of things are still shut down, so hopefully you'll find the time. I think 4 o'clock's a good time when people aren't out, hopefully not playing any more golf. And so thank you so much for being here. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take them right now. What questions have you got? Anything? And please feel free to email me. I'm happy to. Go to the website, www.barbaraseagram.com. Hopefully it's done by now. If it's not done, it'll be done by 7 o'clock. The handout will be there. Okay. And oh, that's wonderful, Daphne. Good. Daphne's mother is in, I used to know her when I ran the Kate Buckman Bridge Studio when we owned it. And she lives in Istanbul. So thank you, Daphne. And say hello to Guler. And thank you, Violet. Good. Thank you, everybody. I hope you're enjoying it. I'm so enjoying it. And I'm sorry, there's always a glitch or two, but it seemed to straighten itself out afterwards. Thank you to Barbara. Thank you to Tim. Thank you to Cindy. Thank you. The support is just, I can't tell you how much it helps. I'm so grateful. And thank you, all of you, for your donations. We're so grateful. And I'll be sending out a newsletter probably Friday morning with your quiz. Lots and lots of people got involved in the quiz this week. More and more of you every week are doing the quiz. Good. And I've forgotten someone, I can't remember where from Boston. Someone from Boston, I've forgotten her name, forgive me, but it'll be in the newsletter. Thank you, folks, very much. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Cindy. You can stop the recording now, Tim.